What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az back here with another one. And before we get into Doom Chapter 3 here on the last 3 nodes, we're going to jump into the lineup I'm using. First and foremost, Falcon. He's going to be the highest one on my team here, and you guys are going to need him pretty geared up. I've got mine even T4'd with his second ability, so that gives him that extra speed. And yeah, you guys are going to find that really useful for this node, especially because you want to make sure you can give that speed to your allies, and that way you can, basically get those turns in before some of those big hits. We also want to make sure we have, oh, wrong character, not Ironheart. We want Rescue. Mine isn't that high, but again, still 50,000-ish. And we want her because of the tech shield, and this is going to give everybody some sustain, and this is going to also give them that extra protection, especially if we're trying to 3-star this. You're going to find that these next 3 nodes are quite a bit harder than the first 6 that we've done, but yeah, we definitely need those 2 characters. I've tried throwing Iron Man and War Machine in there, and yeah, it doesn't really work as well. We got to throw in Ghost Rider here. This is the other high character, tier 14. Pushed him for Dark Dimension 3. But yeah, his passive on death, smashing the extra 2 energy, and then he also gets the life drain as well. So you definitely want him on there. And another supernatural, Doctor Strange, 48,000. I could probably push him higher, but I found that this one did work out quite well without me having to push any more onto him. But yeah, you're going to need Doctor Strange. He's going to have that revive. Winds of the Watum. You definitely want this one T4'd, because if there's a downed ally, he also brings back Supernatural as well, just in war. And obviously we only have Ghost Rider, but if there was another additional Supernatural, I had Scarlet Witch initially, and it didn't work so well, but I did find that it does help. And then last but not least, Shuri, 65k, T12, or excuse me, T13 or T12. I have to look at her. Anyways, yeah, so she's good just because of the deflect and the heals and the defense up and the energy. So that's the lineup we're going to be using, guys. And as you can see, I should have ISO'd them more, but anyhow, we're going to jump in here and we'll take a look at the gameplay. Okay, so 3-7, I had initially tried Scarlet Witch, but yeah, it's definitely a better chance with this team. And also shout out to Mobile Gamer, because this is actually I think the exact team he was using, because I was watching his stream and then I realized, holy cow, we're using the same team. So I'm glad we kind of had the same thought process on this. I think his characters were a lot higher, 440k or something. So ours is only 318 or something, but still works if you guys are trying to push for like a minimum power unlock. But yeah, for sure, this is definitely it's still a pretty hefty node, and I would say, yeah, definitely if you have to level a character up, you want to definitely make sure your Ghost Rider's pretty beefy, and having a pretty beefy Doctor Strange helps too. So we're gonna flank it on the right side here first, and hit the AoEs to get the bleeds going, and then I like to focus on Storm, because I don't want her ulting and stunning us and slowing us down as well. So that's why I'm doing that side first. Killmonger, he's just going to heal himself, so there's no point. Luke Cage doesn't really do too much damage, so I'm just, going to stick with this side here and stick with Storm, because she stuns and heals. Or not stuns and heals, stuns and slows. We'll flip those buffs up for us, and then we get that advantage. And you can choose to do the offense up, but I'm doing it now because Falcon's going to be ulting. So that's why I'm doing it. But you can always save that as well, just because it helps clear debuffs as well. So it's always a good one to keep in the back burner. And from this point on, Shuri plays a key role because she gets the defense up, but she also heals. She's going to keep the team alive. And I do recommend keeping Doctor Strange on the one side, so that way if they're targeting him, you can kind of keep some of those attacks to the left. You could probably swap Ghost Rider to where I have Falcon as well, just because, yeah, whoever's beside Doctor Strange is probably gonna take a bit of hits. And we'll do the bleeds and attack Luke Cage, because we don't really have a choice. But yeah, defense up again, getting the energy really helps, because it's just re-emphasizes their abilities, especially because they do have some long cooldowns. Doctor Strange, his second ability, really, really good because of the fact that it just flips everything. So Falcon's down, that's fine. We've got energy filled for Ghost Rider, and for this one, you probably don't need to 3-star it. You just have to make it to the boss node, which is the one that we want to get to for Taskmaster. But still, obviously, if you can get a 3-star, it's still really nice. So Doctor Strange is his revive comes in big, so we can bring in Falcon back. And what do we want to go for? Yeah, let's go for Psylocke. She's gonna, she can rip us and she can transfer negatives, so we'll go for her. Take target attack. Yeah, I mean, these are some pretty big hitters, and yeah, like I said, Shuri and Doctor Strange, you want to definitely make sure these guys are, in your back corner here, because you want to make sure they're protected. And she's doing the heals. Doctor Strange is doing the heals, and then with Rescue, she's doing the buffs and the barriers as well. So you want to make sure you can have those characters, at least those 3, and then of course, Ghost Rider just fits well because of the fact that he gets that speed when he applies the debuffs, and on top of that, if someone dies, he makes them pay for it. So yeah, I don't know if going for her was a good idea now, but whatever, we'll flip the buffs. And yeah, we'll do another speed up because they have some buffs here. That's gonna give us a ton of turn meter. And yeah, like I said, if you guys want to, you can T4 that one, but I definitely would, just because for war up against those Emma Marauder teams, gives us that extra speed up. And then on this specific node as well, it gives that extra little. It doesn't give much, but it does add up. It's like 5% or something like that, but it does add up. Yep, nobody's heal block, so we'll use the heals. We'll use that when we can. That's pretty much giving us a sustain right now to keep everybody alive. And there's a bunch there, so we're going to do the special, get the bleeds going. Of course, we'll focus on Cyclops. We don't want to keep him alive too long, because if he ults, it can be very problematic for us, especially with Beast giving everybody offense up. Alright, we'll get the defense up going again, get this energy flowing. Booyah. Okay, and that takes care of Cyclops. And now, really, other than Iron Fist, we're in a pretty good shape here, because everybody else is pretty low DPS. Luke Cage and Shuri don't exactly do the most damage, so that's good for us. And of course, Beast is kind of more of a support role as well. So we'll go for Iron Fist, just because his ult will be problematic, and he could probably one-shot these guys. So again, Falcon's short cooldowns brings the speed up, and of course, we'll flip these buffs again on these guys. So that's nice for us, leaving Luke Cage alive, because he gives everybody defense up, which basically just gets flipped. And there we go. And now Iron Fist is down. So at this point, you could probably pick or choose who you want to go for. And we're in good shape, because we've got Shuri giving us that defense up and heals, and then we've also got Doctor Strange as well, giving us an extra revive if we need it. Of course, if they take out Doctor Strange, that's going to be the problem, but that's why having Rescue is good, because she also helps barrier. And do keep in mind that I think other than, I have to remember here, I don't have ISO 8s on most of these guys, so definitely if you're struggling, I'm using this team, seems to be working, and I could have ISO 8 and probably given some barrier or some heals to some of these guys as well. But just keep that in mind. If you're struggling, do slot in some ISO 8s. I've just been lazy and I haven't needed to, but if I was struggling more with these ones, I definitely would put it in, and probably put in like especially level 2, so you get the increased max health. And specifically with Rescue, her barrier is proportional to her health. So if you want a bigger, better barrier for the allies, make sure you can focus the ISO 8s on her, because the more health she has, the bigger of a barrier she'll provide to her allies, and that will help you guys out if you're struggling with this node. Yeah, that's really what I gotta say about that. But yeah, like I said, I think other than, I'm just trying to remember, I think there's only a few guys on this team that even have the ISO 8s. I focus mainly my ISO 8s on my my main offense teams on Alliance War, and usually the Emma Marauders and the Asgardians, and the the big teams, making them big and beefy, so that way they can stand a really good chance against those other metas. But yeah, for these ones, I haven't really had a chance to kind of see what works for them the best, and haven't really had the enough of the ISO 8s too. I've been trying to do more level 5s so that way it makes them, you know, pretty intimidating, and it gives them that extra, you know, buff at the end of the level 5, because the level 5s are the ones that really make the game really worth pushing them all the way to level 5. So, all right, so that's it for this one, guys. We'll take care of Luke Cage there, and that's how I 3-starred this one. So pretty straightforward, like I said. And other than that, like I said, this is a really good team for this node. And yeah, and then we've got the tech material there too. All right, so we will catch you guys in the next one.